Right, you are.
I'm Nick Delisle, Fox Racing Shocks. So what we're going to talk about is proper setup. Okay, I'll tell you what every knob does too, but I'll show you how to do the right setup. Okay, so let's do the whole thing.
Yep.
We got to start with everything wide open to begin with. We can't set sag if we have the lockout on or anything like that, right? So we're always going to go to the most open mode, which is descend mode on the CTD product. You've got CTD, climb, trail, descend. Descend is the softest. So, that's
is there a little knob? Is there a button there that we know that this is supposed to line up, or you just have to know that?
There's three positions, and it's marked descend, trail, climb. So as you rotate it, you're going to those positions.
Okay.
So it's real obvious. Okay. Same thing back here. We got to get this into descend mode, so it's wide open and nice and soft, so we can get a good setup. Okay. We set everything up based on sag. Rider body weight doesn't tell us anything. Okay? You could be the same weight rider on the same exact frame, but if you change from a 50 mil stem to a 150, your weight distribution is varied now, so your force and shock pressures are going to vary also. Okay? So don't ask them how much they think they weigh. It doesn't do any good for you. Have everything wide open and ask them to step over the bike. Okay. Most common mistake people make, they grab both brakes. It's just more stable, it's natural, they want to do that. So if both brakes are on, you can't get between the wheels and into the travel to get a good sag. So I always have them hold just their front brake. And I'm standing back, so they don't think I'm holding them until we're ready. Because you drop a guy in the shop, you're not selling a bike that day. Alright? So communicate, right? Tell them what you want. You got your front brake locked on the whole time. I got you, go ahead and mount up. And you don't need to clip in, I just want your feet on the pedals where you're going to be when you're riding down the track. Feeling good? Alright. I'm going to get you moving just a little bit. Make sure everything's nice and smooth acting and nothing's sticking or binding. You know, you've got the head tube angle. You're not pushing straight down on that fork, you're pushing kind of across it. So getting everything moving gets you to settle in at a place that your air pressure is actually holding you up at. So it's giving you a really accurate sag representation here. So once you've settled, now I want to make my marks. A lot of people slide those down and then get on gently, but you're not really going to get into it that way. So we've settled, we've made our marks, and now I don't want you to move those marks getting off. So I'm going to support just a little bit of your weight, so as you step off gently, you can't bounce those O-rings and move them. Okay? So now we can look at our sag. We're generally shooting for 15 to 20% sag up front, okay, which looks pretty close here. And out back, we're shooting for 25% sag. This is handled by the auto sag already from Specialized. What this does is you pressurize it to the full 300 psi maximum value, and seated, you'll hit this valve core and it'll release pressure until you hit that 25% sag point, then it stops right there. So with Specialized auto sag from Fox, it's actually really simple for everybody to set it up perfectly on the first try. With the front end, if we were down here, it would be obvious it was too firm, I'd need to let some pressure out. If you sagged in all the way to here, it's too soft, I'd need to add pressure, and we would just pump whatever it took to get you to that perfect 15 to 20% sag. Doesn't matter what the pressure is as long as it's within the maximum range. Alright? So that's step one, that's sag. Really simple. Step two, after you affect the air pressure, you have to look at the rebound speed. Okay? If you have a very low pressure fork, you know, light rider, running low pressures, there's not a lot of force extending the shock. So you don't need as much rebound damping to control it. You put a big rider on that bike and you pump a bunch more pressure into it, you're going to need to slow that rebound down a lot more to achieve the same return speed, right? Because rebound is a factor of your spring force. Right? So let's push on this and see what it feels like. We're looking for a nice quick return speed, without it being so quick that it wants to buck you or jump off the ground. Top out sensation. We don't want that. But we do want a nice snappy return, so after each bump it can recover before we hit the next one. If it's too slow, it'll pack down, never get a chance to come back out before you're hitting more bumps. Right? Yep. So we're looking for the same thing out back. It's a little quicker than I'd like to see it, so I'm going to slow it down 1 or 2 clicks and try it again.
And that was the red knob.
Red is always the rebound. Okay. And if you turn it clockwise, like you're shutting down a water faucet, you're restricting water flow to make it down. You open up the water faucet, you got a lot of speed.
Got it. And it's the same thing here, the red knob on the... Okay.
Red knob on the bottom here, red knob right here. Okay. Now we got all the CTD, right? We've got our descend mode, trail mode, and our climb mode. Same stuff down here. Descend mode, trail mode, climb mode. But this model has adjustable trail. So you've got your full climb and your wide open descend. And in the trail mode, you've got 3 different levels. So you can have light trail, medium trail, or turn trail. and you just pull this little black knob out and line it up with whichever number you're looking for. So on the fly, you'll be able to just switch right to that pre-chosen setting, 1, 2, or 3. We make a fork with the same exact controls up front with a black dial that'll adjust your trail as well. So you can have completely identical controls for the rear. It just happened that on this bike, that is the way it was spec. The last thing you have that we haven't talked about is right here. This is your talus, your travel adjustable linear air spring talus. So you're riding down the trail, you get to a steep climb, you want less fork, you want to shorten the front end, put it to the minus side, you push on it, right? You get to the top of the hill, you're ready for the descent, you want all the fork you can get, you flip the switch, fork, did you see it extend? Now you're at your full height.
Great. Thank you so much.
It's that simple. It took what? How long have we been recording?
6 minutes.
6 minutes? So it's going to take you 3.5 minutes to do that whole thing with every rider that comes through the shop. There's no excuse not to do it right.